Center, DW2 Drywall, Gilbert's Carpets plus Color Tile, the Monk Janowitz Funeral Home in Big Rapids, and the Janowitz Family Funeral Homes in Remus, Lakeview, and Edmore, and Paris Auto Sales. And here we are. It is Tuesday morning, B1039, and it's time for Curries Corner without Curry.
Yeah, not Pat this morning.
No, not Pat. Pat is taking some time off, which is good. Everybody gets a little time away from each other. And so we have Casey Nemeth, Under Sheriff, of course, of Mecosta County, and from the Meriton Firearms Training Center. Good morning, Casey.
Good morning, Bob. Yeah, I got that call. There's Kyle out the window. Just perfect timing.
There you go.
Doing the walk by.
There you go.
Cheer us on. Yeah, I got the call from Jen to cover Pat. He's down in Florida. What, I think he said 3 weeks?
Yeah, I think so. That's what he said.
3 weeks?
I'm sure there's some time in Gatlinburg, too. Yeah. I mean, he has to get back to his Mayberry RFD roots.
So he's getting some notes and some stories.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he's
probably finding a table down there where they can all sit around and solve the problems of the world.
He'll probably try to hit 3 or 4 gas stations to find the one with the biggest mayor table.
There you go. You got it.
We've got, that's funny, he's down to Florida. We were just down a couple weeks ago, down to the Villages. That was the first time. We've got some friends down there that purchased a place. And we've been everywhere in Florida, like all around the coast, both sides. That was the first time being at the Villages, and that was something else.
That's an experience, isn't it?
Yeah, it was something else. It was really something else.
Spent an afternoon there. It was definitely,
Yep. That's very large. It's way bigger than people think.
It is, yeah, and it's getting larger. I mean, they just keep going. They keep growing and growing and growing.
Every area has its own, what's called like a village, but then there's neighborhoods around each village, and we traveled from one to another. I think one was like 18 minutes long. I mean, just to get from one to another, and that wasn't top to bottom. That was like middle to out.
And how many roundabouts did you have?
Yeah, a lot of roundabouts and a lot of golf cart trails. Yeah. But boys, they've got everything down there. It's different, but it's
every square has its. I don't know. My mic is giving me an issue here. Every square has its own entertainment.
Unbelievable.
So
that was a good time. We were down there. We actually were going to skip out this weekend. I got to say right off the bat, I told Bob, today is my wife Patience's birthday. She's 29 again. And so we were going to skip out and do what we call Friday Fours, or Florida Fours, where we do the Thursday to Sunday. We've been doing them for a while. It's just, you fly out Thursday, come home Sunday. We've called them the Florida Fours. We've got friends that do them too. We were going to do that this coming weekend, but we've been jamming around, bit busy and everything else. So we're going to spend the time up in Traverse City for her birthday. So again, happy birthday, honey. I know that it was a work day. It's probably not the best birthday, but that's where she went this morning, was work. I've got somebody pretty special to our department with me this morning. This guy is our basically jack of all trades. This guy's got so many hats at the office that he needs his own hat rack for a hat rack. This is our coverall. Bob Van Dyke. Bob's with us this morning. Thanks for being here, Bob.
Well, you're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, I got a hold of you yesterday, and I said, hey, Bob, I'm on a show with taking over Pat's for Tuesday, and I said, man, everybody's got to know about you what I know. I mean, it's hilarious to think that this guy covers Marine, he covers animal control, he covers any time we're running a car here or have to do a special project there. Just a master of all the trades that we've got going on at the office. And it seems like every time I call on you, Bob, it's like I get the same answer. Yes, I can do that. Let me find some time. Let me get that. But for us today, when I'm going to chit chat with you, and you and I were talking because you and I have kind of a separate thing from work. We also work a little hand in hand at the Barron Conservation Club.
We do, yes.
I do the CPL classes out there and some other training out there. And what's your role kind of out there? What is being a member and how's that work?
Well, I sit on the board, and we make the decisions for the club on purchases and get-togethers, fundraisers, and that sort of thing. So, and the board, we have a great working board out there that
awesome.
We're always trying to make the place better.
Yeah, and then it seems like every time I'm back out there, there's another improvement. You know, one thing's changed, one thing's picked up or cleaned, or looks like everybody's making a good effort.
Yeah, we got a couple of people that are working on 3D archery shoots now, and that's going over very well.
Nice.
So we're just trying to enhance, always doing things different.
Yeah, and I always tell people with whether it's our range, the Barrington Conservation Club, I know there's the Mecosta Rod and Gun Club. I really wish there was one over here on Big Rapids side that was more of a public range. I know there's a couple, you can probably get a hold of Two Hats, and I know there's the Reed City one.
Yeah. Yep.
But really right in Big Rapids, there's nothing for anybody. I remember when the gun store was out here by the highway, trigger time, and I told him, I said, you guys should the backside of the property, see what you can get it zoned. And I go, you've got guns here, you could possibly rent the guns out, like try before you buy, and have a range here, and then have it open to the public, and basically that could be another part of their employment or offer to the public. And they was great idea, and then it just kind of faded away, and then they went out of business because Big Rapids people either have to come out to the Rod and Gun Club or come see us.
That's true.
There's not, or find somebody with property. And I think the shooting sports, obviously, you and I grew up. You always had them. I mean, that was part of your upbringing.
That's right.
Gun safety, archery, those kinds of things, and that kind of faded. I don't think as many young kids gotten too much. It kind of with video games and everything else and all the other stuff to occupy their time. But it feels like it's coming back to me. I feel like the kids are, they've got the shooting teams at schools now.
The ski shooting has been great for our high schools.
Yep. And I think that's kind of making a slight comeback when it comes to another sport, another training they can get, another competition they can get into. I think that's important, and like I said, that's our connection on that side. Usually you and I are touching base on where things are at, or who's doing what, or if I'm out there in tree cleaning. Last time it was about a tree getting down.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's so we've got that connection with that. A few things before we get talking about a couple items that I thought were important this week. I got a message. Bruce Borkovich wanted me to make sure I announce that the Big Rapids Township meeting is going to be the 25th at 7 p.m. March 25th at 7 p.m. I'm assuming it's going to be at the Big Rapids Township Hall, but that is an announcement he wanted us to make. I haven't spoke with Bruce in a couple weeks. Usually we cross paths in the gym here in town or around the restaurant or Curry's, but I've got him. He's got that message. So again, the Big Rapids Township meeting, 25th of this month of March at 7 p.m. The other one, and Bob, you and I are talking about, I was telling you about the event that we just did. Barrington Firearms Training Center. We were the gun provider for the Trinity Care for Kids, or however it was pronounced, but it's a Trinity Church Reed City event that they had at the Eagle Saturday, March 7th, just last Saturday. And I know Rich came in and actually spoke with Pat a couple weeks ago, Rich Saladin, and I kind of set that interview up for him. Because this event was just awesome. I've done this with these guys. I've been their provider since Rich asked me, and Roger asked me years ago to do it, and every year I'm amazed of what they do at that church event for their school. They generate such an audience and such a flow of generosity and great items. They're giving away Michigan football tickets on the 50th, or not giving away, but auctioning them off. The big events were, one was a Weatherby gun with several other. I think it was a oak barrel, and so it just everything, over and under shotgun. We had I knew all my gun things, but they gave away electric bike. And there was all kinds of just a bit limitable items that they had on trips. I know a couple places gave away, like getaways to different places, and what an event that was. It's always the first weekend in March. That they've run the Eagles for, I think, the last few years since they moved to that event. So mark your calendar for the first weekend in March. I know they only sell so many tickets to get in, but what a great event that was that me and Cal did, watching everybody win those. It was a real cool auction, and then of course Phil Curry was doing the auction stuff, and he brings it's just so much fun when he's out there doing it. So it was a good time. It always is, and it was a real good time, Bob. Another thing you and I talked, the constitutional carry, since this is Pat's show.
Oh, yeah.
And, with him, with his constitution and how it goes, I've been getting, even at the sheriff's office, we've been getting a few questions at the counter because obviously we do purchase permits and we do CPL. We give them the information sometimes. They go to the court, the clerk's office to get their CPL. But one of the things that's really popping out all over Facebook and now is Michigan trying to be the 30th constitutional carry state. And that's what that means is they're trying to make it so you don't have to get a CPL, a concealed pistol license to carry your pistol concealed. And there's about 5 House bills. And I always tell people, because we've been asked several times over the last couple of days about the House bills and its proposal to make Michigan that 30th state to be constitutional carry and not require that CPL. But you guys got to remember, and I know if you remember Schoolhouse Rock, a bill is just a bill, and it's got to go from the House, and then it's got to be agreed to in the Senate, and then it's got to be signed by the governor. So we get people that actually contact us and say, hey, it's a bill, can I do this now? And that goes.
Oh yeah.
It's not quite it's not a law yet. But real quickly, how it works is this would not eliminate the CPL, would not eliminate the concealed pistol license. This would enhance it actually. The House Bill 5653, the first one, that one is just a language law that changes the current language in reference to altering and removing or obliterating like the model number. It's a new law about basically making a gun unrecognizable, like what would happen what you do when you scratch off the serial number or any numbers off it. That bill is part of it. The number 5654 is that's actually removing the license to carry, possess, or transport. They want to get rid of that, which is basically getting rid of the CPL, but you still have to get a license to purchase. So they're saying that if Bob can buy a gun, if they do a background check on him, he can buy a gun, then why shouldn't he be able to carry it? Because it's really the same background check almost. It's really close. So they're saying, let's just get a purchaser permit. Keep that law in place, and then what's the difference between somebody protect themselves, whether you can see it or not? Because they can open carry in these places. Well, why not? If it's raining, why can't he put his coat over it? So that's really the basis of this law, how they're trying to change it. What the only thing is it's going to get rid of the carrying, possessing, and transporting license. You still have to get a purchase permit to purchase a gun. But what it does, it's going to keep the CPL around. And that CPL gets enhanced because you're going to be able to carry in the pistol-free zones except a school. The school was the only one left in there. All those pistol-free zones, like when you talk about daycares and you talk about financial places for open carry, you talk about place that holds over 200 or 2,500 people. Any of those places that are on what's called the pistol-free zones will be eliminated. Besides the school would still remain. So it enhances that part of it, and it also continues your state-to-state work, so you can carry yours from state to state. So there's a couple things. The other laws, it's going to remove carrying, possessing, or transporting off like the parole part. Like if you were convicted of those things, it kind of retros it back to, well, it's not against the law anymore. It would enhance your parole to get off. So there would be things that it would change back and forth. But really, for people, got to remember, for right now, nothing's changed. And what it's going to do is going to enhance the CPL a little bit and basically make everything based on the purchase of the weapon and instead of the carrying of the weapon. So they're saying it basically in the long run, if you can buy it, you should be able to carry it. If you can't buy it, well, then you shouldn't have one. I mean, you shouldn't have one on your possession. If Bob can't go up and buy one from a store or get a background check and get a license to purchase, then if he's found with one, then obviously it'd be a bad thing. So that was one of the things that really come across this week, over the last 2 weeks, of questions for us at the sheriff's office and through my training center. That kind of did how it went. But back to Bob. Bob, you are you are obviously one super important with our office. Every year your name gets brought up for the employee of the year. There's a consistent thing with we do an employee of the year every year for the last 5-6 years, and every year somebody's got a couple things with Bob on it. We're like, we got to give it to Bob. How did it all start? Where does it start with Bob? Where give us a little background on where'd you grow up?
Grew up in Interlaken, up by Traverse City.
Oh,
yes.
The music place.
The music place. Went to Benzie Central Schools, and started my family, and that's where I grew up. Graduated school, did all the stuff, and then ended up having a cottage down here my parents owned.
Oh, where was that at?
That was at Chippewa Lake.
Yep. And
it was just a rundown cabin.
Like most of them were back then.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so we fixed it up and ended up staying in it. Next thing you know, we moved to it.
Oh, and the whole family moved down?
Yes. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Will you remember what year that was?
Oh, geez, that would have been in the 70s sometime. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, living near the lake was way different back then. Yeah. I know that doesn't sound like very much time, but it's been a lot of change.
Oh, yeah. So you moved down, was that after high school or during high school?
Way after, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you had graduated from up there.
I graduated and then did my life thing. I worked for Leonard County for 20-some years and did a career there. Next thing I know, I ended up down here. And, I started at the sheriff's office. That was when Otto was still here.
Oh, yeah.
And I offered to help them out on Marine Division, just to help them out get through the summer, because they had a list of people that would work, but nobody that was working.
Right.
And I worked with Bob Burgess.
Oh, God.
And, that's a name from the past.
Oh, yeah.
Bob. It just, finished the year out. So I did that. And next thing you know, here it is, 13 or 14 years later.
Yeah.
Where I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
And I work with the sheriff. I work with a bunch of great people there. I mean, if I need help on anything, which I've received a lot of help from the DEPs and even the office people, they're right there. So that's it's a family deal there.
Oh yeah, that's the sheriff's big thing.
Yeah.
Since he came in the office, he's always been, he runs it like a coach. I mean, everyone's got a role and everybody's got to play, and he's like the old baseball manager still wearing a uniform. You're like, I could play first if I had to.
There you go.
That's him. Yeah. So,
well, it's a fun place to work. I mean, it's serious. I mean, everything we do is serious, but it's like it's just a great place to work. A bunch of cool people that work there.
Yeah. So you come down to Chippewa Lake, and I'm interested in that because I see you out there on the boat too when I'm out there. I live on the lake, and you roll in the 70s, and this is like, are you taking over Mom and Dad's cabin or Grandpa's cabin?
My dad lived there. He went to Ferris pharmacy school.
Oh, nice.
And then, of course, he got married to my mom, and my mom hated the place. So they never really.
Sure.
I mean, I was there a few times when I was really little, and I remember it. But Mom, that was not her deal at all.
No.
So anyway, so it's that almost vacant for a lot of years, and then I got old enough to realize that's someplace I would like to hang out.
Yeah.
And it's, I purchased it from them.
Yep.
And then over the years, it was a weekend repair thing. Come down and do this.
Yeah.
And then
work all week, then work on all week.
there you go.
Yep.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people that still do that. But anyway, that's how I ended up getting down here. And of course, I meet people when you're down here, and it's turned out to be very, very neat.
So when I started back in corrections, back in '95, we were able to work Marine Patrol as part-time guys because we were all going to school to be in law enforcement. And when I made full-time in the corrections, the budget was different with Marine, and they couldn't find regular Marine people to do it. So they had a lot of overtime guys doing it, like corrections guys or basically road guys would work overtime, and that was a big thing. I mean, as a young man, like, I get to go on a boat on a Saturday and make overtime, and there was a lot to look at back then, as a young man. So you were trying to have as much fun as you could and be serious as you could. But there was a lot of fun working Marine. We worked with Mark Solis and Otto. I don't think there's a day goes by that you don't miss that guy. What a soul. An unbelievable character.
He touched a lot of lives.
Man, he did.
Yeah.
It was just something else. He was our go-to guy. My God, he did everything. And having him around, just a cool guy. He was really. It was a nice guy, but he was he had the coolest stories. I mean, but he worked. He was on the Marine. Bob was on in. Getting Bob and Otto together at the same time, that was a lot of fun too. Those two guys.
You never knew what was going to happen with those guys.
Somebody's going in the water, or they're doing whatever. And so from Marine, and then you actually got somehow connected to the animal control. I don't know. See what happens when you do a good job. Bob, you do a good job, they just ask you to do more. So we kind of did, I think that's what really happened is you did a good job at whatever, because it was Marine first, correct?
Right, yes.
And then somebody came to you and said what?
Well, it was I think it was the full-time animal control officer, but they never really, there was days that they were off that nobody stepped in. And back then, it's probably okay.
Yeah.
But then when Trent took it over, he made lots of improvements.
Right.
And it is a full-time job. And when there's guys got to have time off, so I ended up working with Trent to do animal control part-time when he's on vacation or days off or whatever it was.
Sure.
And that's how that evolved. And so I've been doing that for quite a long time too. Now we have a new guy, Jordan Darnell.
Yep.
So I'm still doing that for Jordan. Of course, Trent's a lieutenant now.
Yep.
So I don't know. This has just evolved into
everything.
This. Yes.
Because there's times when we do something happens at the office, and we're like, well, we got to get this done, and we're like, I wonder what's Bob's doing. Because it's to a point where the trust, and you and I have talked at the office, the trust level has gotten where if I want it done right, or if I know something's here and there, and I just know it's going to get done. It's going to get done if I give it to Bob. It's going to get done right. And there's things that you got. You guys also run for parts at Lakeside. Now it's the other name because they switched it to
Fox.
Yeah, the Fox. Yep. So in the old days it was Lakeside. So you go. You guys are fixing boats. Not really fixing, but you're still running for parts. You're running for this, running for that. So there's a lot going on.
Well, what we found out is, Lakeside or Fox has always been there for our repairs and stuff. But a lot of times they're booked a month in advance, so getting something, and our vessels, they need stuff, we need it now.
Right.
So it's like between knowledge of the guys myself or who I work with, will figure it out, and plus get it done cheaper usually too.
Sure.
So, but that's we've been able to keep everything running, and I mean, there's been times that we've had some stuff that's down, but for the most part, we've done very well.
Good deal.
The sheriff bought us a new boat here 2-3 years ago, which has worked out very well. We really needed to have that. So that's been an asset to the Marine Division. So
people don't. I mean, if you don't own a boat, and obviously, we both own boats, and it's it's always known for bust out another 1,000. the BOAT, bust out another 1,000. Because the things are not cheap, and they're not cheap for us at the county level. And with our boats being out a lot, props get hit, things happen, and like I said, we just can't sit. We need another prop. We need another part. We need another this. So it sometimes is a strain to get things fixed and running and up at a price that's in the budget for repairs. But we do pretty well. We do pretty well with that. You guys are out on a normal weekend for you guys. You guys jump in a boat. You guys got 2-man teams. You got 2 boats going out. How does it work on a Saturday?
Well, we usually try to have 2 boats out the same day with 2 men on 2 staff on each boat. But staffing issues have been an issue over the years now too. So, and then we've had budget restraints from what happened last year for the government. But we've been managing to get 2 people out. Someone usually takes the river on the west side, and then the other vessel takes the east side, Canadian Lakes area, the smaller lakes. And we always get the job done. Those are probably 8 to 10 hour days. And you mentioned about going out on the water. We have a lot of. I over the years I've met a lot of people, and they always, God, Bob, it's so nice to be on the water. And I go, I says, it is usually for the first couple hours, but after you do a 10-hour stint of that, it's not quite so fun. But we spend it's all weekends, and Casey, it's also holidays. So everybody else is having fun, and we're working the holidays for keeping things safe.
That's the fun part of law enforcement, Dave. People always say, hey, you got a great job you could do in stopping cars and talking to people and solving crimes. And I'm like, you're going to miss pretty much half your weekends of your life at minimum, and you're going to miss probably 8 out of 10 holidays every year.
There you go.
You're not going to be around. I mean, that's the things, because those are the busiest. Those are the busy holidays. I mean, that's where people are out doing that thing, and that's what you're going to not have to do. So, and that's the hard with. You just mentioned staffing issues with Marine, and we're actively have I believe an ad come out for some Marine positions. The summer work. It's a good spot for young individuals to get involved if they're looking to get in law enforcement too. It doesn't have to be. I mean, you can be a Marine officer and not have aspirations to be in law enforcement. Obviously, it helps. But it's tougher. It's tougher to get in this line of work now, just because of I don't know if they look into it more, because when I was going to be a police officer, I was going to be into this program, I didn't really care. I didn't care that there was weekend. You didn't look in that far. All you want to do is do the job. You didn't go like, oh man, I'm gonna have a horrible back, and I'm going to probably start to have other issues that are going to happen.
Probably have a drinking problem too.
Drinking. I got the bad back, the horrible schedule. I'm going to work. We're fight. Well, this is the fight we want to be in. Half the guys that I did, we wore numbers on our backs. We had our names on them. We wore a uniform. We were already a team. When you step out of high school, you step out of college, there's no more of that. So what's the closest thing? It's either military or law enforcement. If you still want to be have your name on your shirt and be on a team, that's the attitude you had. So most guys in my age group that were going through school in the night, early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, all we want to do is keep playing on a team. We just wanted to keep that thing going alive. Not thinking of the future, going, boy, in 27 years, I'm going to be pretty banged up and not, I'm going to miss pretty much all my kids' stuff. You don't think of that when it's going on. So I think this group of generation, whatever they are, I think they're actually smarter when it comes to, wait a minute, I could go into plastics, or I can go do something and probably have more money, more weekends off, more of this. And I don't know if we were dumber or we were just more excited to be the team guy. I mean, it's just the mentality might have been a little different, but I think that's where it falls. But that's the same thing that we're going to be doing. Bobby, are we at the top of the hour?
We're at WBTX Big Rapids, and we could take a break if you want.
Yeah, we'll take it. You got that? I know you had to make the announcement. We might as well take that break.
Yeah, I said WB. Oh, my mic is. Hold on. Let's see. Well, we're going to have to work on that. Hold on. There. Nope, that's not it either. Okay, WBZX Big Rapids. We'll take a break. Back with more Curries Corner.
Dale I've known for many, many years, and I tell you what, when somebody needs some help, he's there. Just like your typical Mecosta County resident, Dale Whaley is a good American. So if you're ever looking for a drywaller for free estimate, call Dale. I'm telling you, you're going to be happy with his work. I have recommended Dale to a lot of people, and you know what? The greatest compliment I've ever gotten is thanks for sending Dale. He did a great job for me. Guy's just fantastic. Just not only is a drywaller, but DW2 drywalling, but it's just a great person. It doesn't hurt to have him come into Curries either. There's just so many good things about Dale. He's just a great American, and give him a call, DW2 Drywall at 231-679-0475. That's right, 231-679-0475. Dale Whaley is DW2 Drywall. Greatest guy on drywalling end of it.
Attention contractors, especially those who install tile. Gilbert's Carpets Plus Color Tile would like to invite you to a special demo by Schluter, makers of the Schluter shower system. They have some new products they'd like you to see, and representatives will be on site to answer all of your questions. This will be on Thursday, March 19th from 8 to 11 a.m. at the Gilbert Showroom south of the campus in Big Rapids. They'll be serving breakfast as well. See what solutions Schluter Systems has to offer, including new products, linear drains, Vario, LED niches, and curbless. Residential and commercial installers, bucket and troll installers, and builders, this event is for you. And you don't need to work for Gilbert's. For more information and free registration, check out Gilbert's Facebook event page. Schluter Systems at Gilbert's Carpets Plus Color Tile, Thursday, March 19th from 8 till 11 a.m. They'll see you there.
I'm Seth Wenger from Wenger Insurance. For more than 100 years, we've been providing professional service and competitive insurance to West Michigan. Come visit us on Perry Street in Big Rapids or give us a call at 796-0778. We're here for you now, and we'll be here when you need us most. 796-0778.
Paris Auto Sales is looking to buy your current car. Are you tired of trying to sell it yourself? Marketplace no-shows, scams, trades you don't want? Stop in. Paris Auto will give you a quote. You like it, leave with a check. It's that simple. If you see something you like and want to trade or just sell, it's that easy. Paris Auto Sales, your used car center of Big Rapids.
Where do you go for Michigan's #1 concealed pistol license course? The same place thousands of Michigan residents have over the past 15 years, the Barreton Firearms Training Center. The BFTC conducts state-certified CPL courses right here locally inside the Barreton Conservation Club at 3444 18 Mile Road in Barreton. For just $99, all you need to bring us is your Michigan ID to these all-inclusive one-day CPL courses, which include the use of firearms, ammo, eye and ear protection, coffee and donuts in the morning, and lunch at noon. That's right, just $99 gets you everything needed to take the police department instructed course that includes the training necessary to safely load, unload, handle, and store your firearm. Students will also be trained on when it is legal to defend themselves with a firearm under Michigan's Stand Your Ground law and Castle Doctrine. Call 231-250-7257 or go online at michigancpltraining.com to register for one of their upcoming $99 all-inclusive CPL courses. Get armed, get trained at the Barreton Firearms Training Center.
When the time comes to say goodbye, you need a funeral home that understands your family's needs. The Monk Janowitz Funeral Home in Big Rapids and the Janowitz Family Funeral Home in Remus have been a trusted part of this community for generations. They do take care of every family like their own, and they hear it time and time again.
My name is Christina Beers. I would say there's lots of funeral homes in the area, but there's only a small few that can do it with class and with quality and with that personal touch and care, and I would put Janowitz Family Funeral Home at the very top of that list.
Let them help guide you through a challenging time with care, respect, and compassion. The Monk Janowitz Funeral Home in Big Rapids and the Janowitz Family Funeral Home in Remus. Local, professional, and here for you when it matters most. The Janowitz Family Funeral Home, now also serving Lakeview and Edmore.
Booked at Curries.
Hey, I
want to tell you something. Their sandwiches are incredible. But get the cheeseburger with caramelized onions. You won't ask where the beef is.
My name is Drew, and I'm 6 years old, and Sue Bean is my Giga.
Giga has worked with all kinds of people, helping them find the home of their dreams.
Giga is also my grandmother. She loves working with adults who are serious about finding a piece of property that suits their needs.
Giga drives us everywhere. She's pretty sweet, but the best path she drives is getting you to the closing table.
Sue Bean, Big Rapids Realty, 231-580-9546.
That's 231-580-9546. Or email her at sbean@bigrapidsrealty.com.
All right, we're back.
We just got raided. We had Kyle in here raiding us. Yeah, he was in here raiding us on break and chit-chatting. Boy, when we get in there, it's hard because Kyle and I both got like 1,700 things to say in about a minute when we get together.
Casey, something that I'd like to bring up also for Marine Division through our Sheriff's Department is that we put on boater safety classes through the county.
Yes.
And we do them at School Section Lake, and we do them at Brower Park. So anybody that's of age, or even, I shouldn't say even of age, because we have 70, 80-year-old people that show up to my class, but we put those on at least once every year at those parks. So be aware. We'll teach you boater safety, and you'll get a boater safety card, which be good for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and that allows you to do what? What does that card prove or show? If I get pulled over on the lake, what's that show?
Well, depending on your age, you have to have boater safety to run a jet ski type vessel.
Sure.
And we're talking when we're like 13 and 14 years old here.
Yep.
You can't run one without a card at all until you're age 16. So,
gotcha.
But then after that, then it's horsepower rating on a boat. You got to have a boater safety to operate higher than 5 horsepower. I mean, there's a lot more into this than what I'm saying. But
sure.
If you're a young person and getting into boating and are interested in this is where you get your boater safety first, and then you graduate from learning to just gradually working on getting bigger vessels, I guess.
Yeah.
And we teach, it's all safety.
That's a couple times a year. One at one park, one at the other.
Yes.
Yep.
We used to do it 4 times a year, but we run out of places.
Sure.
But so we at least do it those 2 parks. And the classes are usually always full.
Right. We don't have a schedule for those at this point. I believe they can call up the sheriff's office and ask for Lieutenant Livermore, and they'll be able to get those dates.
Yeah, but it's all done through the DNR now.
Yeah.
They have to register it on DNR site.
Yep.
That was the best part about being a teenager, too. Like when you're 13 to 14, that's the first thing you can really drive.
That's true.
Was a PWC.
That's true.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was really great. I remember that.
Yeah. That's
chiming in.
That's one thing that we like to do with the public is the safety portion. But again, like Kyle said, it also opens up a kid to be able to have fun. I mean, that's that's the whole thing about it.
Well, we want to get the kids outside.
Right,
and this does it. Yeah,
that's true enough.
Yeah,
right.
It's
hard enough as it is, eh?
Yes. Yeah. You know what? A kid on a jet ski, even with mom and dad around, which depending on their age, they still got a smile on their face. Yeah. It's like it's happening.
Absolutely.
Kyle, I got a thing for you. Yeah. I just got my birthday was back in February.
Happy belated birthday.
Yeah. It's I'm 1 year away from a senior coffee.
Were you 37?
Yeah, just under.
Shade under 37.
Yep. We got asked my kids to get me. My daughter Maggie got me, and I don't know if you've seen it on Facebook. It's called the I don't know if you guys know how to pronounce it. Apathy or It's the herbal medicine book. Like,
oh, nice.
It's
Apothecary.
Gosh, Bob, you're just the best.
Is that it? Yeah. Is that the one?
Yeah.
All right, nice. All right, nailed it.
What it is it's a book of like 250 apothecary items, and it's got like all of it, like basically a pharmacy.
You have my attention.
Like roots and
nice.
And that's why I brought up, because I knew you were here.
Yeah.
This book, I'm going to read this book. I started reading. I got like about 20 pages in yesterday, but it's got recipes for skin stuff, for heart stuff,
love it.
It's crazy.
What have you been diving into?
Well, I got some blood pressure stuff, like the job brings that. So I've got some blood pressure issues that I want to take care of naturally compared to pills. There's some other stuff for like natural headache stuff. There's all kinds. I mean, there's a whole. It looks like a shelf on a pharmacy, but each thing's listed as like cranberry something for joints, and so and it tells you how to make it, how to store it, how to use it. And it's a big.
That's awesome.
I know.
Text me a picture of that later, will you?
I actually, I sent it to. I've got a doctor friend that she just sent me a picture of some
roots,
the burdock roots that she got. But this is the cover of the book. I'm showing Kyle a picture. It says Home Apothecary.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's got a picture of like a shelf.
It looks like an old-timey shelf of like...
I'm trying to chase the camera here. We'll see. But yeah, it's definitely a cool thing to look at. And it's just like, it's like witchcraft.
So, and some people will say that, but all the stuff comes from the ground. All the stuff is already existing in this world.
Oh, 100%.
So what have you...
It's like brain boosting tonic.
Have you dabbled into
oil.
anything?
I just got the book yesterday, and I knew when I read it because I watched when stuff comes across your Facebook. There's always like they do like a commercial for it. They were like, "Hey, this is this," and I'm like, the guy was like, skin rashes.
Oh, sure.
Natural.
There's always something.
Natural sunscreen or whatever. And he just opens the book. He goes, and he starts just showing you where and what to do. And
I'm so skeptical about social media too. It's hard for me to believe. So I have to like double Google search it. Like, oh yeah.
Sure. This thing here, I mean, right off the bat, I'm reading it, and it goes from basically right to like your suppliers, like check your suppliers, check these, get a certificate of authentication, a COA for their stuff. Really? And then he said, preferably grow your own. And the whole book first part is how to grow your own, like how to hang your herbs and dry them out. They've got and they got the grinder and they grind them up. Right. It's a whole thing on how to start your own. And
I don't know, Case. Sounds like witchcraft to me.
I hope so.
No, it's amazing.
I hope so.
I've been slicing aloe vera leaves.
Oh, yeah.
I've been doing that for 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you. The things that's cleared up, I have psoriasis, skin condition or whatever. Yeah.
Both elbows.
Yep, same here.
Yeah.
And I've tried multiple things, and I think the aloe vera plant itself, not like the bottle that you can buy, because that's got a ton of other junk that you don't want in it.
Right.
I resorted just to slicing up an aloe vera leaf. I'm just taking the actual leaf and...
My mom used to she had an aloe vera plant in the house, and she used to come on and she'd snip a piece off. Mm-hmm. And it was real slimy on the end.
Real slimy.
And any cut you had or whatever, she'd rub that leaf on you or whatever. And I'm just like...
Yep.
Like, what are we...
That's what I've been doing.
Like, where did this come from? But apparently, that was always a thing. But this book, and to tell you the truth, the psoriasis part was... Like it's in there. It's in there how to do because it's not a skin problem. It's a gut problem. So so it tells you what to do. With
funny how that works too.
Everything's revolved around your gut.
Yeah,
and you and
sure.
I know that. So when I saw him, like, oh God, you got to hear this.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna be looking that up for sure.
What I'll do is I'm gonna basically almost like do a review on it. I'm gonna read the book. I'm gonna look at stuff that I have, and basically anybody I know that's into that, like Lori, who works for me at the firearms. She's one of my trainers. Mm-hmm. She's a medical doctor, and she's huge on natural movements. And
beautiful.
Since the last thing that I tells you, I'm doing this morning thing, the old monk thing.
Oh yeah, chanting.
Yeah, well, I'm
doing your oohs and ahs,
and I'm doing the bouncing. So you set your clock for 1 minute, and you're hopping for a minute.
Oh yeah,
1 minute you hop. Just like you're doing jump rope without jump rope. And that thing goes off. Now I'm doing the body waves.
Yeah.
Then I do the swim.
You're like a bird when you like a...
Yeah. And I got to do the ballerina one.
The ballerina one,
yeah. So there's a 9 minute, it's like 9 things. You can mix it.
Good for you. You're feeling great, I bet.
It's amazing.
It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
My patience was she's like, I feel you're doing good. She's like, I can't... Even on vacation, I was down in Florida, a friend's house. I did it in the bedroom.
It's embarrassing, kind of.
I'm doing it on the weekend, but I'm hiding. I'm doing I'm not
sure.
It. And Bob, this is a crazy thing, and I recommend this to anybody. It's a morning routine. It takes like 8 minutes, and all you do is you do things for 1 minute, and you'd be amazed at just by like taking your head, going all the way down. They're called body waves. You look back this way and do this. You do that for a full minute, and just the blood that flows in your lymphatic system that drains. It's you, and you do knee claps where one of them is where you raise your leg up and you're clapping your knee. So you're stretching.
You are into it.
Clapping your knee. Wow. And this is something that and I'm sure with the military, with morning calisthenics.
Yeah.
If you can get that blood moving and get the joints flowing, and I do this thing in bed where I do my ankles all the way out, in, out.
Sure.
Like get my hips completely rolled.
Smart guy.
I do that 75 times before I get out of bed.
It's a slippery slope, isn't it? Because you find one of these little things that works, and then you start doing it. Now I've got 35 things that I'm doing throughout the course of a morning or a night, or all day.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's awesome. There's things that you can do. You don't, and you can believe what you want to believe, but I believe people lived longer in the old days because this is all they had. They were taught these things that you don't grow old, you get old. I mean, your bones. I mean, you sediment lifestyle makes you sediment. Period.
Your body wants to repair itself.
It does.
If you give it the right tools to do so, it will.
Yeah.
That's
this morning routine. I should send it to every employee of mine and just say, hey, this is 8 minutes. Literally change your life. It'll change your life to do these 8 things in the morning, and they're pretty easy, and you can do it at your level. Like literally, one of them is just the swim. I mean, you're just literally swimming
for sure,
for
just
a minute.
Moving.
Yeah.
Just
what
moving,
it does is it gets blood going from here to your toes. And there's one where you're doing the ballerina up and down, and all it does is open up your thighs or open up your hip area. Because when you get up, put your clothes on, get in the car, and go sit at your work chair all day, that's just rotting everything. It's just it's locking you up. You're slowly making these joints just.
You talk about bringing circulation to your 33 vertebrae that you have.
Absolutely.
You have 33 vertebrae. There's nerve endings in specific spots along your spinal cord that have major nerve junctions in there. Sciatica is something that people a lot of time complain about. Sure. First and foremost, sciatica. My sciatica is acting like, well, if you get that nerve junction going along that, L3 or L2, L1, wherever it's at, you'd be surprised how well you can move. You know, and you know it.
Yeah, this is night and day. I used to have issues with hips. Even walking, we walked a long distance. I just get that wear. I was like, oh my God, I can't. I'm just not moving good. It's like and my buddy next door, my buddy Todd, who's but he'd laugh at me because I'd always do the 2-step. Every steps I go down.
Oh, sure.
I'm doing because my hips hurt like that.
And you guys carry a lot of weight around your belt.
It's years of that. It's years of disproportionate weight carry. And it just, I'd always two-step because just the hips and back kind of hurt. And doing these things for the last probably 2 months, I have changed the way that I can walk downstairs. Like I literally go downstairs like a normal person, not the 2-step. And I get made anywhere we're at, sidewalk in the thing, any steps. I'm always doing the 2-step because I'm just not confident with the hip thing in there.
Kind of looks like a small gallop, like you're almost galloping.
I'm touching each step with both feet, and so I have never done. I mean, I've been around the weightlifting world since age 14.
Yeah. You're in great shape. Always have been.
The thing about the circulation part that you never did. You didn't care about joints. All you worried about was muscle. You didn't care about connecting tissues. You just worked on getting big, getting strong. Well, that's really going to be okay. But as you get older, you've got to have that flexibility. You got to have that movement. Because you can tell people that are having problems is how short their steps are.
Yeah. Have you got into depth drops at all?
No, the droppings. It's almost like isometric.
Yeah, you can start on a step. Like you said, a step. But now you just get higher and higher and higher. And people say you are crazy. My knees would explode. My knees would collapse. And you'd think the way if you're moving that they would. But you keep on doing it, and you're like, man, I never thought that I could do this a month ago.
Right.
And you just build up. But I said to a lot of people that are getting older, as we all are, and their legs hurt, their knees hurt, we'll start on one step and just hop down from the step.
Yep.
It's not that we're getting older and your body's deteriorating. It's that you stopped doing the things that you used to do at one time in your life.
You just remember, you never hurt as a kid. You know why?
Yeah.
Because you're always moving, man.
Always moving.
Always moving. Kids always say, what do you miss most about your childhood? And one guy's like, My back didn't hurt. It's not you're not Cedar Point. It's not, and that's really what it is the lack of movement. Because you see how an older person walks, they short step it, and it's because their hips are
they're tight
and they're connecting.
Yep.
And it's a big thing that when you fall at a certain age, once you fall, your rate or your chances of dying after that exponentially go up.
Yeah.
It's like once you start losing your ability to stay upright, you're on. It's tough. You're on your way down, and it's you got to get your core, your hips strong. Obviously, your arms and up that you can do that. And these aren't even. I've learned that you don't even need weights.
No,
you don't.
No, you don't.
Your body weight of doing an up and down or these lifting your legs and there's things you can do against a chair, wall, or anything that work. But this morning thing is just
that's awesome.
It's just awesome.
I've been walking hills lately. I've been doing hill climbs outside. The weather kind of got nice all of a sudden. So, and I thought that I was in decent shape before I started doing these hill climbs last weekend. Boy, I found out real fast that, man, well, I feel good now because it's Tuesday, but Saturday, I was huffing and puffing going up and down these hills, and it's like, I should have done this 3 months ago. Yeah. And that's what we always say, though. I should have done this.
And you got it, and people got to realize what normal people do, and this is the same as when you come back from the. If you ever work out and you come, you always come back strong. You're like, I'm going to go work out, and I always tell myself, I'm just going to do one set of everything and just ease my way back. Sure. Nobody does that. They just bust in. They try to go back to what they were doing, or if it's a new person, whether you're doing these morning exercises, they try to. You got to baby step it.
You do. You really do.
Yeah. Literally baby step. Your body's not used to this, and sure, it can handle it the one time, but then you're going to go home, go to sleep, and then you come back, and you're like, I feel terrible. And you associate that feeling terrible with how this works. You're like, I don't want to feel terrible. I'm not going to do it anymore. Right. Where if you just, like you said, small, like jumping off that step, that step could be this tall, 6 inches. Yeah. And then 12. It's just a matter of, but you have to build up
off the roof now.
Yeah. So you've got to work out. I got wife's birthday's today, so we were going to go to Florida on Thursday. Like I said, we do these Florida 4s, go down for a 4-day. But we're going to Traverse City this year to go up. We haven't been up Traverse City in a while. We tried to get up to the resort, but Fridays can't be booked up. So we're going to be at a different resort, trying to get massage stuff going on, the whole good thing. So one year, this is a story, Bob, I was going to tell you, and you're going to get a kick out of this too. I get asked to tell this because I've told this story a couple times. I get asked by people that have heard people tell them about this story, and they want to hear my version of it. This happened. This is a crazy, crazy story. It's called. So we go up there in Traverse City to our anniversary. So the wife and I go up there. And we're in Traverse City. We're doing the whole bar crawl thing in downtown. Nice. We've been shopping and everything. So it was probably about 11 o'clock. We go down to this one downtown bar because we're all kind of connected. And I always try to find a table where I can sit and watch everybody so nobody can come up.
Well, of course, it comes with the territory for you fellas,
that's a cop.
Yeah.
Gotta watch the door.
We gotta get to this table. It's just her and I. And we don't have any friends. Because normally we go out with friends and everything, but it's just her and I. So we're sitting at this table, and we're watching everybody. The people watching, just having a few drinks. We're not intoxicated. We're not. We had dinner, and it's just just a couple drinks in, and I'm watching. I see this guy, and he's semi-familiar looking. He's just a normal guy, and he's got a Ron. This is back in the day. He's got a Ron Burgundy shirt, and I literally loved that movie when it first came out. Totally. It was. I'm thinking this guy's got a Ron Burgundy shirt
kind of
in public. Deal. Yeah, it's like that's funny, and he's talking to some people or whatever, and we're not talking to anybody. And normally when somebody comes up and talks, I go defensive right off the bat. Like you're trying to talk to patients. You're trying to I just don't want to talk to anybody I don't know. Usually. Yeah. Especially if they're a drug guy, like whatever. But this guy just comes up, and we're standing.
Because you're opening the door because you don't know what.
Yeah.
So we're just talking to him.
We're just sitting there talking. He comes up and he's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "How you doing?" He's like, "Hi." And he doesn't really speak much. He's like, "You guys want to see a card trick?" And I'm like, "Well, that's kind of a weird thing to say at a bar." Like, he goes, "You want to see a card trick?" And I'm like, Oh, God.
One of your flags goes up already.
I'm like, no, but of course, the wife was just like, well, yeah, let's see a card trick or whatever, and I'm like, oh, God, this guy's probably good. I'm gonna end up probably throwing punches with this guy. I just feel it already.
Yep.
But he says, I got a card trick, and he's like, I'm like, okay. He's like, and Bob, he reaches in his pocket and he brings out nothing, and he goes, think of this as a deck of cards. And he starts shuffling, like he's shuffling no cards, but it looks like he's shuffling.
Yeah,
giving me the face and like,
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is worse. I'm like, now I know I'm throwing punches at this guy. I guarantee it. So he's shuffling and he's like, all right, and he takes his hands and he holds out like if you were going to spread out a deck of cards. It says,
like pick a card.
Yeah, he goes, pick a card, and I'm like looking right in his face like, oh, God. And he's like, pick a card. And this guy's probably in his 40s, just like I said, normal guy.
Sure.
So I reach out and like I grab one and I just like this. I'm holding it and I'm just holding it. And he's still got his hands out like he's
don't let me see it, right?
He's like,
see it.
Well, look at it.
Yeah, jeez.
So I'm like, ooh. And I'm like, he's like, you got your card? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, okay, put it back in the deck. And so I'm thinking in my head, he's like, well, the first thing that came to my head was Ace of Spades, because it's just kind of a cool death card, I'm
okay,
like,
sure,
Ace of Spades is the first thing that came to my mind. But then I'm like, too obvious. I go, and I randomly came up with 3 of clubs. I'm telling you, I just there's no reason for me. I have nothing to do with the 3 of clubs. I don't like clovers. I'm not a big three's not my favorite number.
It was like he planted that.
I did something with 3 of clubs. All I said was 3 of clubs in my head. Sure. Never spoke it, and I never told patients right then.
Sure.
So I give him his fake ass card back, and like, just put it in his.
Just humoring him at this point.
Humor him at this point. Then, and he shuffles them up again. So he's doing this number. He goes. You got your card, and so I pull patience back, and I tell her, 3 of clubs, and so he's shuffling up, and he's like, well, he reaches in his pocket again. And he pulls out a real deck of cards, like a legit deck.
Yeah.
And so he starts shuffling that one. And as I'm standing there with patience, and that guy standing in front of me in Traverse City, that SOB pulls the card out and goes, is this your card? It's the 3 of clubs.
No way.
I'm telling you, Bob. I'm telling you. I went from, this is no crap. If I was on the radio, it wasn't on the radio.
How did that even happen?
There'd be a ton of swear words in this, because usually I tell this story when I'm been drinking, I'm swearing, because I'm losing my mind now.
Oh my gosh.
I go from ha, funny drunk guy to I'm with the devil. And I back her up, and I'm like, get the F away from me. Get away from me right now. Get away. Because if you think of it, I never said it. No. I never told anybody. No. It was a fake deck. There was nothing there.
Yeah,
and this guy pulls out the 3 of clubs. And this is where the story gets really crazy. So we bail. I'm like, my night's over. Like our anniversary.
My night's over.
Our anniversary just went.
Is over.
It was crazy. I instantly lost any micro buzz I had. I'm probably gonna throw up the Mexican food we had that day. I grab her. We walk out and we head straight back to the hotel. And we're just like, I don't know what just happened, but that's not good. Whatever it was, we just dealt with something.
It felt like something bad.
Something horrible. So we go home. And kind of just mill about the story, and go back to the hotel. We mill about it. We kind of freak out about it.
Because you're thinking, like, did I ever mouth 3 of clubs?
No,
How would he ever know?
How would he even know? Or was he even real? Was he even real? Right. So we go back, and so about a month or 2 goes by, and I have I'm not sure how many times I've told the first part of the story to people, but about a month goes by. And if you're familiar with Patience, her dad is a preacher. Her dad is Tim Fagan up in Reed City, is a church up there, and So I looked to him for a lot of spiritual stuff, like answers about stuff.
You had to go to Pastor Fagan for that one, too.
So about 2 months after this, 2 or 3 months after this, we meet them at Applebee's in Big Rapids for dinner. And this is where...
How long after the incident?
3 months.
3 months?
Now, August. So now we're into...
You've been thinking about it for 3 months.
This gets weirder.
How can it get weirder, right?
Yeah. So we're at Applebee's on a random weekday night.
Yeah.
Meeting them, and I'm dying to tell him about it.
Sure.
Because it's freaking me out. Because he's big on it. He sees things in a different way than most people do.
Right.
So we're at dinner at Applebee's in Big Rapids. I'm telling him this story, and as I'm telling him, he's like, "Yeah, this doesn't sound good." Is whatever.
Yeah.
As I finish the last bit of that story, the guy walks through the door.
No way.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you, Bob. You think I'm telling you?
Did you cuff him? Did you cuff him on the spot?
I jump up. So get this, Cal. So he comes through the door.
Oh, yeah.
And I watch him walk around and walk to the bar, and he sits, and I know exactly where he was standing because I go to Applebee's a lot. He's right there at the front corner of that bar, and he's standing there. And I look at Tim, and I look at Patience, and Patience is like, "Yeah, that's him." And I'm like, "Dad, he's here." I go, "That's SOB. Yeah, that's him right there."
That's the guy.
After I just told a man of God about the devil in Traverse City.
Seriously.
No kidding. So I jump up, and I'm armed, and I walk right over to the guy. And I don't know what I'm going to do here. I don't know if I'm going to tackle him or what. I don't know how to handle it. Or am I going to travel through him if I grab him?
Yeah.
So I get to him. I'm like,
right.
Yeah. I looked at him. I'm like, "Hey." He's like, "Hey." And I go, "What are you doing?" He's like, just in Big Rapids. I'm just in town. I'm like,
"For what? What you doing here?"
I'm like, the whole time, and I'm trying to figure out how to say this without. I'm like, You were in Traverse City. You're the card game guy. He's like, and all he said to me is like, "Yeah." That's he gives me the look. He gives me the nod.
As in, you're not the first person who's approached him.
Yeah, and I'm like,
yeah.
At that point in my life, I'm like, I don't know what to do here. I don't know if I just grab him or do I just back away like a dog, like I really get scared.
Valid.
And I'm like, I remember just walking away from him and going back to the table, and I didn't confront him about any.
Oh, you didn't? You didn't
I just said, "Card guy." He's like, he kind of smiles like, "Yeah." He just like, "Yeah."
Wow.
I didn't ask him to explain it. I don't remember how that went, but it was so crazy that I have never ever come across anything like this. So all my friends that I've told this story to, they're like, so randomly. Like at softball, they throw a 3 of clubs in my bag. They would just
messing with you. That's hilarious.
They pulled the 3 of clubs. So
who did that?
Like
the guys that I know?
Oh yeah, all of them. Like, the guy, I'll get it at work, and I'll randomly.
Oh my
Lord! At one point in my life, like this was such a monumental thing in that story that it was encompassing everything I made because
so can I ask you something? The first encounter with them, you and your wife left feeling unsure about what you just experienced, and not probably in a great way.
Oh no, yeah, we're literally hard to sleep that night.
So now you're with
because my brain works I'm a problem solver.
For sure, you are.
I'm an investigator.
Definitely,
there has to be an answer for every problem.
So with that being said, when you were with your wife and her father, who was a pastor, and you saw this guy again, what kind of feeling did you get when you saw him the second time?
Second time was fear.
At
this time, when he walked into Applebee's, I went from, oh my God, to now I'm like, I must attack.
Yeah.
Because I got nowhere to go. As fight or flight, I'm fighting. Because
for sure.
I was at a point where
because you're a dog, dude.
I have to find out what this guy's all about. But he wouldn't answer me. He was like, I said, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm just in town." I go, "You remember me?" I go, "Card game?" And I'm thinking, maybe he was probably drunk, and it was 3 months ago.
The odds.
And he's like, I go, "You're the card guy." He's like, "Yeah." He gives me the and he kind of just turns and orders a drink or whatever, and I'm like, and then I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do, and I don't want to know. At that point, I'm like, I just start backing away, like, I don't know what to do next because I'm so easily. Things happen for a reason.
For sure.
You know, I'm a very
the odds of that all coming together again are astronomical.
So I failed at that point to do anything because I wasn't sure if it was real.
Because you were a bit awestruck to have even see him again.
I went back and I can't remember how the conversation went with my father-in-law, but it was fear. It went from him producing the fake car to the good. How bad that was to seeing him later. Is just I don't know if it was a sign. I don't know what was going on, but
it was something.
It was a crazy story. Now the world, now in the big
That's a great story.
It's a great story. And I will never doubt, like that David Blaine stuff. I'm not real sure what that guy. You know, but when it comes to with the more I learn as I get older, when I'm talking about the Book of Enoch and stuff like that, and all the things that I'm into now. Now I'm like, oh yeah, that was legit. That was 100%. Because for him to have a Ron Burgundy shirt on, I was absolutely infatuated.
Drawing you in.
Yeah, just sucked you into the whole thing, and the guy looked familiar-ish, but not. And he was
Casey. Now I'm going to be Googling stuff for the rest of the day. Now, probably the week, probably the month.
Yeah,
be looking everything up now.
There's no possible way that he picked that card. Because I even switched the card. I switched the card in my head. I switched it up.
Yeah, right. Aces. You started with ace of spades.
I started with ace of spades. I switched that 3 of clubs. So, yeah. So
maybe he implanted 3 of clubs in your brain, though.
Yeah, something.
Something telepathic stuff or weird stuff like that. I
don't know. It was nuts. And it's great. That's probably the first time I've ever told that story.
We're going to cuff him to a chair and we're going to force him to talk about it.
Exactly. Wow. That's the first time I told that story sober. Usually it's a much better story in my animated, scary, because I get
was a great delivery though, my friend. That was beautiful. That's great delivery.
It's crazy.
Nailed it.
So us going back to Traverse City this weekend, we're. I'm not going to say that I'm.
You're gonna be looking for that guy,
but I'm gonna be on the lookout. I'll be on the lookout because there's only so many places you can go there. So I'm gonna keep my eyes open and be ready.
You better have some questions ready for this guy.
Okay. If I see the guy,
business card. If he does birthday parties,
he looked like Michael Landon. That's right.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't like an angel. He was just, and I think he was just
not an angel.
He was just the normal look, like somebody you wouldn't. There he is. It's just
a regular guy.
Yeah, just blended in. The shapeshifters they are. So I'm not sure, but it was crazy. It was crazy, and it was legit. And I doubt, I think everyone's lying. Bob, we do. I mean, that's our line of work. I think everybody's telling us a story or a lie. Yeah. So when I tell a story, I'm like, even I wouldn't believe this story. Like, if you told me this story, I'd be like, this guy's on mushrooms or something. He's got to be crazy. This can't be a real story, but. I legit had Patience was there, so she was there to understand everything about it. My dad and my father-in-law saw the back part of it, and
oh my gosh,
I'm in there in the beginning of it, so it's a legit story and it's crazy. And hopefully go back to Traverse City, and nothing. I hope it's very boring. I hope nothing like
don't
that
pick the 3 clubs this time.
No.
Your trip is going to be disappointing.
I hope so. I hope it's very boring when it comes to the spiritual world. I hope it's really on the 3D, the third dimension realm and the second dimension. I hope it stays really out of the.
But do you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of cool.
There are better stories. The stories are better when they're weirder. So, but yeah.
Well, I'm involved. So now I'm gonna be
careful. You might be on the hook.
Well, this is how it gets passed down the line. You just paid it forward. Now I'm gonna be thinking about this. I'm gonna end up seeing this guy.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't pick the 3 of clubs.
Yeah, don't.
I'm gonna have to play my kid's birthday party coming up or something like that.
And when the wife likes roulette and she likes all the other ones, and I try to stay away from 3. I try to stay with that 3. I stay away from these numbers.
Well, 3 is my favorite number, also.
Yeah, it's tough because, and I like the number 3. The number 3 is fine. It's just
less significance with the number 3 in this world, also.
Yeah,
I don't dive in.
Yeah, I don't get why I picked that. I don't get why. Maybe around the room there's a bunch of 3. I don't know. Maybe he sets you up and puts you in, like, look at me over here and there's like 3. I don't know.
Oh, see, exactly.
Maybe, but I don't. And I never been in there before, so it's not.
You, who is one of the most intuitive people that I've probably ever met. And that comes along with the territory.
Yeah.
You know, and you've been doing this, you guys both, this is what you do for a living.
Yeah.
You read people's vibes, as the kids say, for a living, and you always have. So you would know, like...
Yeah, this was a flip. So yeah,
well,
that's a good one. That's a good one for the and I wouldn't have probably told it if I wouldn't be going to Traverse City this weekend. So it's kind of every time I mention Traverse City,
open the door.
Go to Traverse City.
You open the door for it,
and this is like one of those memories that I'll never shake. You know, it's like the the falling out of the tree or whatever. This story.
I got a couple contacts in TC.
Yeah.
I'm going to be reaching out this afternoon. I'm going to say, have you ever met this dude?
Yeah, I should get a police sketch of him. I should get. I could probably AI it. I could probably tell this thing. Have AI create this guy, burgundy shirt. Have you seen this guy?
Yeah.
Has this guy scared you with cards?
We're going to solve this case. We'll
get on this.
Yeah. It's something else.
He's probably still wearing a burgundy shirt.
What if you find him and he's like, it was just a guess. I just guessed right. I got lucky. It was 3 clubs. Like I just guessed.
Yeah, especially with the fake. You know, it's not even like I held a card, like you could touch it or anything. It was, I'm like, oh, here you go. And I'm like, you know,
if you asked him to do the trick again at Applebee's, you probably would have said no.
No, I was either gonna throw a cross at him, or try to get him to stay with me, or put a bullet in him. I was that
splash with holy water.
I didn't know what to do.
Sizzling.
So,
well, I'm heavily invested now.
Yeah. So. Well, we'll leave him with that, Bob. They'll leave him on that good note, and then if somebody,
how am I going to do a show after this? Now my mind is.
I would love to have somebody out there go, that's the same guy that I ran into.
That's my cousin. You know?
He does that trick, and he does it because he's an angel of death or something weird, or he's just a mystic or whatever. So maybe getting that information out of him, somebody else might have been.
I'm gonna figure this out though.
Yeah, it's been years. It's been a long time, but it's
How long ago was that?
Oh man, it's how your memory goes. When I say just a minute ago, it's usually a year to 5 years. It's somewhere. It's been over 5 years.
Okay,
so it's been back there because I.
This guy could be on a different plane or dimension by this time.
Yeah, he's probably wearing the Ron Burgundy 2 shirt by now.
That's funny.
All right, Bob, I want to thank Bob for being here and then talking about the Marine Patrol and your travels with our county. And we'll probably see you on the water this summer.
You will.
Yep. And that's something that everybody's going to see out there. We do have our sponsors that need to be thanked. Right here in town, you got Big Rapids Pennzoil and Auto Repair, and I haven't seen Zach in about a month. I usually see him. I drive through there and see him. God, that place is always
great
busy.
Guy.
Always busy.
Great guy.
That guy does, and no matter what you got going on, he's going to try to hook you up.
Yeah, he will.
Does it every time I go in there.
Love the motivational quotes too. He's got on the sign.
Yeah, I sure miss his mom.
Yeah,
I sure miss his mom and those quotes. You got Seth at Wenger Insurance. There's the insurance locator right here in Big Rapids. Paris Auto Sales in Big Rapids, right there north of town. You've got myself there, the Barron Firearms Training Center. We've got our CPL courses with Lakeside Armory there for all your firearm needs. My buddy Dale there at DW2 Drywall. You know when Pat talks about how cool Dale is and what a nice guy, it's just, you can't say it enough. I mean, every time you run into that guy, and I tease him a lot. I got some funny stories about Dale I would love to tell on the radio, but we'll leave that at that. He's a great drywaller. He's done some work for us and our rentals and everything else. So the Monk Janowitz Funeral Home. You've got the both places. I believe they've got, Bob, am I correct? They got Big Rapids and, was it Remus?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got both there.
And now they have Lakeview and...
wow. Yeah. From the Monkton and Janowitz and the Janowitz Family Funeral Homes. You've got the Hooked at Curries. The sandwiches. God, I can't go a minute without hearing Pete talk about how many times he eats there, except when he's at church. Sandwiches, paninis, ice cream. You got Gilbert's Carpet, and plus that place. When you got Gilbert's, that song, everybody knows that. It's jingle. That is probably one of the jingles that you'll always remember from being a kid.
All I can think about is the carpet match the drapes.
Yeah.
Gilbert's Carpets Plus. Shout out to Paris Auto Sales, North and South locations. Steve and all the fellas up at Paris Auto Sales. You guys are awesome.
I bought my first we bought several cars from Paris back in the day, but our first real car, you bought cars from all people's yards, but the first dealership car I bought was from Paris.
Nice.
Back in
Great folks.
Mid 90s back there. We bought from.
They've been around.
Steve had the jet black mullet going on.
He did.
Oh yeah.
I'll be seeing today. I'll be seeing something.
He had a full mullet.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Solid. Full mullet. His dad was walking around like he was the cheese. He knew everything.
Nice.
Yeah, he was the boss.
Love it.
Steve had the full mullet. I might have had one too, but he definitely had it. Big Rapids Realty right here with Susan Bean. Susan Bean she was our sponsor for our show. The other one. It's always good. And shout out to her husband Carmen. What a great dude. That guy's a really great guy. So Big Rapids Realty, and of course right here at the B1039 as our fountain that gets us out. Everything since they came into town, getting our voices out. It's a good deal. So
thanks for having me on today.
Yeah,
fellas.
awesome, buddy.
Take care of yourselves out there too, will you?
I will. Appreciate it, man. It's always good to see you. Always good to see you, Bob. Hopefully, Pat's having a great time down in Florida. I know he's got 3 weeks, and I wish we could all get about 3 weeks down there, but get a little better out of this. It's supposed to be 20 something next week, down to 12 and 20. It's come on.
Yeah.
All right.
Casey, thank you.
Thanks, Bob.
Tax day is right around the corner, and I think everybody's ready for some kickbacks from Uncle Sam. And instead of throwing all that tea in the harbor, put that tax money to good use. So if you're tired of your old vehicle, put your tax money to good use. Get the vehicle you both need and want. Paris Auto Sales has a large selection of trucks, cars, SUVs with 2 locations to serve you. Good credit, bad credit, or no credit, Paris Auto Sales will match your down payment up to $500. That's right. Plan to put $500 down, now it's $1,000. Your most trusted, your oldest, used car dealer in Big Rapids. Come let Josh and his team go to work for you. Paris Auto Sales, your used car center of Big Rapids.